Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading for May 20th to May 26th, 2019. This reading is going to be for all Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Taurus, I've already shuffled the cards and laid out your spread. We're using the horseshoe spread, a game of horseshoe. So, Taurus, I hope you're all doing well. Um, I also shuffled for a guidance card. We're going to take a look at that at the end of the reading. So let's get into your reading, Taurus, and see what you got going on in your week ahead. So, Taurus, your focus is you have the Seven of Comets, which is the Seven of Cups. Nice, beautiful card. This is water energy, feelings, and emotions. And clarifying this Seven of Comets is you have good news as your focus. Good news. Look at that. Lovely. So, with this as your focus, Taurus, I feel that this is you experiencing some wishful thinking, that you're looking forward to some good news to come in, that you're hoping for some good news to come in, that you're in an emotional vibration of expecting good things, expecting good news, um, expecting for things to be better, to hear, things being on the up swing for you. Now, the Seven of Cups can talk about, needing to weigh your options. It can talk about, um, focusing on needing to have sound judgment and, not being clouded in, your thinking, um, and needing to make the right choice. All of this is possible and could be um, somehow connected to you hoping for good news. You may have been making decisions or are making decisions in the week ahead that you are trying to make the best possible choices, making good judgment, and all in the hope of something happening or coming about for you that you expect to be good news. Okay? This may be something that you've been waiting for, working towards, and or you may have been wishing for, and you may this week see signs or hear something that lets you know that your wish is coming, or what you've been hoping for is materializing, or just something that gives you some good news, okay, around you being hopeful and having a wishful attitude. And so this is your focus. Perhaps you want to see some change. You want to try to change something, bring something to an end, or begin something. But definitely, I feel there's an air of something you've been hoping for is coming through now. Something you've been, it may have been something that's been foggy for you, that you weren't able to really tell what's going to happen, or if it will ever happen, or if you ever, get some sign of it. But this week you will, Taurus. This week you will. So let's take a look at what's going on for you. What happened in your recent past? And so in the recent past, you have the Seven of Planets, which is also the Seven of Pentacles. So with this energy, you may have put a lot of energy and effort into something, okay, and have been waiting for some sort of return or some sort of success from the energy and effort you've put into something. You could be waiting on money, or this could be you waiting on this wish or this thing you're hoping for news about, that for you would represent good news, Taurus. And so you've been waiting in the recent past, and by the looks of it, you've been waiting a long fucking time. Okay? Um, you may have been analyzing and perhaps even looking to see what else you can do. But I feel that in the recent past, whatever and all that may have needed to be done with whatever this is around for you, and with the Seven of Pentacles here, this could be to do around money, could do with work, can do at home, or whatever this represents for you on your physical plane in the physical world. You did all you could, and you did the best you could, where all there was to do was to wait and wait it out. And you've been waiting a long ass time, Taurus. Oop. Now, with that Seven of Pentacles, you got the Queen of Rockets. And the Queen of Rockets is also the Queen of Wands. Okay? And so, with the Queen of Wands here, yeah, she even looks like, something she's been wanting. She's been waiting too. Okay? So, this is something you're passionate about, something you desire, something that you have gone after. But whatever it is, you've had to wait. Even with this Queen of Wand energy, you've had to sit and wait. You see how she's just sitting there? She even like kind of scratching her head like, what the hell? I'm used to getting what I want. I'm used to going after what I want and obtaining it and getting it and making shit happen. What the hell am I in this waiting period? And so in the recent past, you've had to wait. But you're not too happy about the fact that you've had to wait. You see, it's just got like um a little uncomfortable smirk, like, okay. It's possible you could have been waiting on someone embodying the Queen of Wands energy here, waiting and watching for this person to actually get a move on. Or this is either you possibly waiting for so that you can make a move with this Queen of Wands energy, or to see more movement on what you were wanting or perhaps wishing for, or wanting that good news about, Taurus. And so in the present, your present situation, Taurus, is you have the Eight of Rockets. This is the Eight of Wands. Look at that. This is movement, Taurus. This is fucking movement. Look at that. Pew! And it is blazing. So this is movement, swift movement, fast movement. This can be communication back and forth. This is possibly even that good news. Okay? Something that you've been wishing and hoping for with that Seven of Cups. But this is movement, all right? Movement on whatever it is that you had to wait about, that you were putting your hopes into, that you were desiring, that you were looking to try to attain, but there was you needed to wait. You couldn't just have it no matter what you did, no matter what you were doing. You had to wait. But now in the present, there's a movement. This is sort of news, a message, and it looks like it's good news. So with this Eight of Wands, there's the Star. Now this could be involving an Aquarius. The Star is the sign for Aquarius. So this is healing. This is movement on your hopes. This is movement on your vision. This is you gaining enlightenment. This is harmony for yourself. This is wish fulfillment. You got the Seven of Cups and you got the Star. So there's some sort of healing, some sort of wish, whatever you've poured something into here, there's movement. Because this person is sitting here, they've been pouring into this, hoping and wishing and trying to heal it and trying to get it moving, and now there's movement on it. Very nice, Taurus. Now this could involve some travel. I don't know if I said that, but if it is, this is travel that you've been wanting and waiting for. So in the future, Taurus, you have the Ten of Rockets. And the Ten of Rockets is also Ten of Wands. So in the future, there is some burden. Okay? There's some burden here. So it is possible in the present with the Eight of Rockets that there was some movement but movement or messages or communication or whatever you're working on may have experienced some sort of stall that needed some healing. There may be some healing needed with whatever you try to or trying to have movement with this Eight of Wands here. That in the future there's a burden where there's a burden of responsibility where you feel weighed down or you may feel overwhelmed. And it's possible though this Ten of Wands could be talking about the end of a burden. So with that Ten of Wands, you have the Ten of Comets, which is the Ten of Cups. So in the future, Taurus, there is some sort of burden with, or as it has to do with family, or a burden as it has to do with a relationship, or some sort of burden of responsibility as it has to do with you trying to have emotional fulfillment in the future. But the thing is, it's at a 10, so it's at the end in the future, whatever this is that you were waiting on, that you put the energy and effort into, as it has to do with possibly family, or what actions that you've tried to put into a situation to either heal it or get fulfillment in, or to attain what you want from it. Um, it looks like it's possible in the present, whatever you were trying to do and have movement with, that you poured into it, there might have been some friction. And so in the future, for some of you, you may still feel burdened by it because there's some sort of responsibility or burden you have as it relates to family. You may be helping out family, or it's something connected to family, or a matter with family, or this may be something to do with you being burdened with trying to have fulfillment in a situation. But for others of you, this is a situation that even though it was a burden, it is coming to an end. It's at the end. But ultimately, for everyone, this is a situation, whether you are still dealing with the burden or coming out of the burden, at some point, the burden is coming to an end. So let's take a look at you, Taurus. You are the Nine of Planets, which is the Nine of Pentacles. This is Earth energy. Now, this being you, this is you being resourceful. This is you being grounded. This is you able to secure what you want. This is you experiencing the good life. This is you perhaps doing things independently. This is you perhaps being able to manage things single-handedly, but this is you being very good at being resourceful, being very good at managing things, being very good at taking care of what needs to happen in your world, or as it has to do with whatever needs to happen in relation to others or family or around your fulfillment. You're very good at attaining your fulfillment. You're very resourceful. You're very creative, Taurus, and this is you. And this is you with that Seven of Cups, having your hopes, still holding on to your hopes, still holding on to your dreams, still having wishful thinking, still having expectations with whatever you have been putting your energy and effort into towards what you're trying to create or manifest or have exist in your world or keep in your world or be resourceful towards. And with that Nine of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Lasers. And the Nine of Lasers is the Nine of Swords. So this is you very resourceful at addressing your worries and concerns or fears. So whatever worries or fears that you experience, Taurus, whether they are real or perceived, you are very good at addressing and resolving those worries or fears. You are able to stay grounded and figure out how to come up with the remedy, what action needs to happen. You're able to dissolve your concerns and culminate what you need or what needs to happen so that these worries and fears don't plague you or continue to exist. So you're very effective in this way, Taurus. So good for you. Nice. And so, Taurus, the other influences or concerns you have is the Four of Planets or the Four of Pentacles. So your concern is your ability to stay stable, to maintain, but also your concern is you don't want to get stuck. Now, with the Four of Pentacles here, this could be concerning money or particular situation or work, but you're concerned about whether or not you might end up being stuck or something ends up out of control or becomes unstable, okay? Or you might lose something, you might have to let something go. And so with that Four of Pentacles, you have the Lieutenant of Planets, which is the Knight of Pentacles. And with this energy of the Knight of Pentacles, you may be concerned about something not moving fast enough. You may be concerned about responsibility. Perhaps if this involves someone else taking responsibility, their ability or them being responsible in the situation. Or you may be concerned about how much help you may receive in a situation or not, or how much help you can be in a situation or not. But certainly you're concerned about whether or not you can get something done, whether or not you can secure something and bring it to its conclusion. And so your obstacle or challenge, Taurus, is you have the Two of Lasers. And the Two of Lasers is the Two of Swords. So your challenge is stagnation. There's a challenge of being stuck in your mind about two options. There may be the challenge of being stuck in communication with another, where there may be a stalemate. Or you may have the challenge of whether or not you are making the right choice or decision around something. And so with this Two of Swords, you have the Queen of Planets. And the Queen of Planets is the Queen of Pentacles. So the challenge here is you're looking at how to keep something from being stagnant, how to nurture the situation, how to be creative about it so that you can build what you want in the situation, have harmony in the situation, have something move forward to either become unstuck or avoid becoming stuck. You want to make the right decision so that you perhaps are focused on having receptivity in the situation so that you are relatable or that you receive, receptivity from others in the situation in order for you to further your plans around your choice or decision or around your need for something to not get stuck or your focus on trying to make sure something doesn't become stuck or stagnant, and how to maintain progress or initiate something where progress can begin. And so your likely outcome here, Taurus, is you do have the Five of Lasers. And the Five of Lasers is the Five of Swords. And this is mental energy. So This is challenging energy, but there is the ability to change it with the Five of Swords through communication, how you communicate. So with the Five of Swords, just know that even though there's the ability to change it, to diffuse it perhaps, um, you may need to change your mind in the situation. You may need to be mindful how you communicate with others in the situation. You may need to be mindful about how you go about diffusing the situation. But also, there is some cost to you here where you may take a hit in some way. It's like you may experience a small setback in order to have a victory. Or it is possible that you experience communication that just changes things in a big way. But there is some confrontation here. With this Five of Lasers, you have the Ten of Lasers. And the Ten of Lasers is also the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is mental energy. This is very difficult energy, very challenging energy. So Taurus, your outcome that's likely is that you may experience some very difficult communication with others, or you may experience some difficulties in a situation, or have an issue that's really challenging where there may be a cost to you in you trying to confront it or trying to have victory in it, or you may experience some measure of a setback. But I do feel like something comes to an end. I do feel like you're able to bring something to an end, but it will have everything to do with the way that you think about the situation, the way that you communicate in the situation, and how you show up or confront the situation in order to bring it to an end. Because this is the worst that can happen in the situation, or this is you bringing it to an end. So it's up to you how you use this Five of Swords energy. But just know, whatever side of this for you, there is some measure of a setback or difficulty involved. But it's a measure of difficulty, a setback that ultimately it feels like it releases you and brings some sort of ending that allows you to see it as good news. It really does. There's something about it that, even though it may be difficult or challenging or at some cost to you in some way, Taurus, that in the end it brings something to an end, but it also represents good news that ends up being something that you've been wishing for, hoping for, or clears the air for you in some way, but brings about some sort of change or ending that you'll be satisfied with. So, Taurus, let's take a look at what your guidance is on this. Wow. Liberation, breaking free from a negative attachment. Well, 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 there you go. Need I say another thing here? Here's your guidance, is liberation. So whatever this is for you, Taurus, there is some difficulty here, okay? It may even cause a bit of worry or concern, but you are able to measure up with the Nine of Pentacles here. You just have to stay grounded and focused, and tap into, your means, and look at how to heal it so you can move it forward. And even though it may feel a little burdening, you may be able to look to family, or this may be you being of assistance to family, or this may be around a relationship. This could have to do with money. But this is about you being creative. This is about you focusing on not getting stuck. This is about you making sure that if there is any stuck circumstance you're dealing with, how to get it unstuck and have progress. So be reasonable, use your instincts, okay? Be assertive, focus on being productive, focus on having growth and harmony in the situation and nurturing the situation to get the desired result. Because in the end, you do have liberation from a negative attachment. You are breaking free, Taurus. You are breaking free. So focus on the liberation, focus on the freedom, focus on breaking free, because this energy is available to you, and ain't that good news? I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.